All right, so manatees, we're going to talk about subtracting three-digit numbers today. And when we're subtracting, there is going to be regrouping involved. So there's a few things that we need to be mindful of and remember. So how we're going to start this week is we're diving right in with some word problems, and we're going to identify what it is we need to know, what we're looking for, and make a plan to solve those. So let's start right here. All right, and here's our essential question. How can making a model help when solving subtraction problems? And that's what we're doing. We are going to be really heavily focused this week on models. So I want to see your pictures, and you're going to have a Jamboard assignment this week, as well as some of your Think Central assignments. So make sure you pay attention here. That way you'll be able to continue on after, all right, on your own. So let's look at the problem first. Remember, we read everything on a page in second grade. We don't want to leave anything out. So let's start here with the problem. There were 436 people at the art show. 219 people went home. How many people stayed at the art show? So we're going to understand right away that we have the art show, right? And then we have home. So let's go ahead and make a little design here about art show and home. So it says here we had 436 people at the art show, right? So I would write over here 436. And then it says we have how many that left and went home. 219 people went home. So 219 went home. I started off with 436. 219 went away. So now we've got to figure out how many are left over, right? Well, the only way we're going to do that, let's change colors here and let's start to draw a picture. So let's go, let's look at the problem over here. As I started to attack and understand one very important thing, what's the question? How many people stayed at the art show? So remember, we started with 436, 219 went home. So how many people stayed back? So this is how we unlock our problem. We understand what they're asking us, we think about what information we need, and then we move forward from there. So we need to find out how many people stayed at that art show, right? And we need all of the information. There's nothing extra in this problem. We need it all. So we know we're going to take our 436 and put it right here because there were 436 people at the art show. And we know then, it's like sequencing. 219 people went home. So then 219 went home. All right. And now I'm ready to do my work. Well, when you're working with subtraction, it's very different from addition. Addition, we would draw a model for this one and for this one, and then put it together, right? But we don't do that with subtraction. It's the inverse operation of addition. So if addition was this number plus another number equals this number. So we're going to work backwards, and we're just going to start with the main model, 436. So I'm going to draw 4 flats. Okay, 4 flats because 4 flats is 400. So 400. Then how many tens? 3, right? Because 3 tens means I have a value of 30. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ones. All right. Now I'm ready to begin crossing some of these out. So I'm going to actually work backwards right now to show you something. So I'm going to look at this number 219. If 219 people leave, then I'm going to go to my model and I'm going to say 200. So I'm crossing off 100, I'm crossing off 200. Then I'm going to cross off 19. And I know 19 is 110. Cross this guy off. And 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I've got a problem. I've got a problem. I only crossed off 210, 6. I only crossed off 216. So I have no other choice right now but to take another 10, cross it off, and make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I changed it because I didn't want my lines to make confuse you with tens. All right, so now I crossed off 6 and I've got to cross off. I'm going to change the color again just so you can see. I've got to cross off 7, 7, 8, 9. So let's see what we have left over. We have these ones that remain. We have this 10 that remains. And we have these hundreds that remain. So if I have 436 and I take away 219, I have 100, 200, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 217 people remain. And you know what? You are a super smart second grader who already knows how to add 3-digit numbers. So when you finish and you draw your model, this is what you are going to do to check your work. You're going to take your answer, 217, and the number you subtracted, right here, 219. What do you think you're going to do with these? Remember, addition and subtraction are inverse operations. It's like brother and sister. They're related, but they're not the same. They're opposites. We're going to add these together. When we add these together, we should come up with 436. Manatees, what's 7 plus 9? Or 9 plus 7? Make a 10. 9 plus 1 is 10. I have 6 more. So I'm going to say 6. Then I'm going to regroup. Then I have 10, 20, 30. And how many hundreds? 2 plus 2? 4. What? Look at that. That's what we call a good check. When my answer matches the original question, the original total, I know I did a good job. And I am ready to go. All right, so let's look at another problem. So let's look at this one. There are 532 pieces of art at the show. 319 pieces of art are paintings. How many pieces of art are not paintings? So let's go up to our speech bubble here. These are our little hints. And our directions. Remember, I told you we're going to be making models for everything. So what do I need to find? I need to find out how many pieces of art are not paintings. What information do I need? I need this. I need to know the total. So let's draw a model, 532. And you can underline if you want. You can underline them so you focus. We know that there were 532. We know 319 are paintings. And the ultimate is how many are not paintings. That's the ultimate question. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 10, 20, 30, 31, 32. All right, what am I taking away? What am I subtracting? Let's change colors here. I'm going to subtract 319. So let's go ahead and start. 100, 200. I'm starting with the hundreds because it's easiest. I know it's not HTO. We are going to transition to HTO. But let's go ahead and just take away 319. So I took away 300. I need to take away 19. Here's the problem. I can take away 10, but I only have 2 ones. I don't have 9 ones. So I'm going to take away the 10 for 19. But I'm also taking away this 10. And you got that right. I'm making 10 ones. I am regrouping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I'm using different colors just so that you can see much easier what I'm doing here. All right, so I already took away 300 and I took away 10. I've got to take away 9 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What do I have left? I have 3 ones. I have 1 10. And I have 2 hundreds. So the answer should be 213 pieces of art remain, right? Or 213 pieces of art are not paintings, right? But what did Miss GW tell you to do after that? We need to check our work. So in the same workspace, you're going to say 213 plus 319, right? Because that's the number we subtracted, plus 319. And what should our sum be? When we check our work, the sum should end up being this right here, right? The total amount that we started off with, that 532. Let's check. 9 plus 3. 9 ones plus 3. Let's make a 10. Then we have 2 left over, right? So that means we have 12, right? Is that correct? 9 plus 3? Count on. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep. Now I add my 3 10s. And now I add my hundreds. What? Look at that. You did it again. You are my super helpers. All right, let's go through this one a little bit faster this time. 245 children go to the face painting event. 114 of the children are boys. How many of the children are girls? So we have 245 children total, right? Some of those children are boys, some of those children are girls. Let's get our model going. 210, 20, 30, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we are going to take away 114. So there's 100. Then I'm going to take away 10 and 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, look at this. Did I need to regroup? No, I didn't in this one. I have 1 and I have 3 10s and I have 100. So my answer looks like it's going to be 131 girls. More girls than boys? Let's find out. Let's check our work. We never want to walk away without checking our work. So let's add 131 plus, what number am I using to check my work again? Right here. Remember that 114, the number I took away. 114. And what should my sum be when I put these together? If I did it right, I should end up with the total amount that we started, 245, right? Let's see. 4 plus 1 is, thank you. 3 10s plus 1 10 is, thank you. And thank you, 200s. All right, that's another super check. We did great work. We did super great work. Okay, so now you know the expectation, right? So now you are going to head over to your Jamboard. And your Jamboard, this is your work for today. In Google Classroom, you're going to do it exactly the same way. You're going to use your pens and your markers. You have all this space over here and all of this space over here to show your work. And then you'll click your arrow, go to the next page. You have all this space over here to do your work. Don't forget to write your final answer here. You can also show work here. If you want, you can do your addition problem in here and show me, or you could draw your models over here. It is your choice. You have all week to do this. We will talk about it also in our Google Meet today. But that's your work for this week, my friends. And then you will also have some IP work and some interactive student work in Think Central. Focus, think about the question they're asking you, right? And go back and think about how we did these together. The good thing about video lessons, you can always rewind and play this again if you get stuck. All right, my friends, do great things, and I will talk with you soon.